You're listening to The Point 100.5, and we're walking on the moon this morning at 6:10 a.m. This is Bob Keller, back from actually way too many vacations this year. But glad to be back into the food service business, along with Chef Domaine, Betty Veracruz, Scraps, and of course our busboy Salmonella. We are here live at the Tower Cafe today, mostly as observers trying to learn this breakfast thing, man. This is all new to us. We're kind of a lunch crew, but we're switching over here to breakfast every morning, Monday through Friday, 6 to 10, right here at The Point, the tastiest station in the nation, and we are real excited about it. And if you would like to, anytime this morning up until 10 o'clock, stop by the Tower Cafe and say hi in person, that would be a great thing. We'll be cooking along here with some of the greatest music you ever probably heard on this planet or any other planet, and we're glad you're here. And we also want to let you know everything's okay in the world, and we're going to check that out right now with Ken Schuper in the Point Newsroom. Ken?
All right, Bob, thanks. And officials say there is nothing in the latest Sierra Nevada snow survey to indicate changes in state and federal water deliveries. And finally, something special for science fiction fans. The USA Cable Network says it's acquired the rights to the Sci-Fi Channel and intends to put it on your TV screen this fall. The idea has been kicking around since 1989, but hasn't gotten off the ground. Plans call for a 24-hour station that features all the Star Trek movies, all 1,200 episodes of Dark Shadows, and the British series Doctor Who. The Sci-Fi Channel will debut with a primetime presentation of Star Wars. And that's the news and information from The Point. I'm Ken Schuper.
And you're at the KRAK now open for breakfast. I'm Bob Keller, and if you're one of the lucky people who are holding tickets for the upcoming U2 concert, look out, you are going to have the time of your life. And from Achtung Baby, this is one called One on The Point 100.5. Ooh, feedback. Hey, you're listening to The Point 100.5. Good morning, I'm Bob Keller. It is 6:22, and the KRAK back on the air. And nice to see some of the regulars back in here again, some of the old zappers who decided to come by, and it's nice to meet a lot of the new folks, too, that are in the neighborhood. We're doing the show live today from Tower Cafe on Broadway and Land Park Drive, where it's kind of an education going on here. The breakfast thing, kind of new to my staff. Chef Domaine back in the kitchen with Glenn right now, learning how to flip the the pancakes. You see, already he's made the mistake. No hamburgers today, Chef. Stick with the pancakes. All right, donuts, things like that. It's going to take a while to get used to, but we'll get your diet back in shape. In shape right now, Betty Veracruz, who is attempting to hang out at the waitress station and learn a little something from Carol. Carol is like one of those career waitresses, and she does such a great job. So there's a lot going on right here, and also going on is traffic out in the great, wide, wonderful world for an April Fool's Day. And it's brought to you this time around by KTXL, Fox 40. Hi, Rady.
Good morning. Other than a chorus line right now doing the old 1-2 kick down Broadway, there's not much car action at 16th and Broadway, or elsewhere for that matter. Enjoy. I'm Rady McAleese on The Point.
You're right. There really isn't a whole lot going on right now. So what are you going to do? Cause a traffic jam.
I'll go out there and
cause.
pull up my skirt
we
and
want some
stick
attention.
out my thumb.
All right. What was I going to say? Oh, of course. Talking about KTXL Fox 40, Peggy becomes worried when the neighborhood women find Al irresistible. That's tonight at 7 on Married with Children, and then at 7:30 is Cheers, followed by Gene Wilder and Gilda Radner in The Woman in Red. That's tonight's big movie on KTXL Fox 40. Hi, Paul. Nice to see a few regulars back in here. How you doing, my friend? Happy April Fool's Day. Of course, only a fool would say that. Here's Steely Dan on The Point 100.5. You're with Bob Keller in the KRAK, now open for breakfast.
Here comes the food.
The Point 100.5. Point 100.5, and there you have it. It's called Reckless Love from Adrian Legg here on a Wednesday morning, an April Fool's Day, and this is certainly no joke. So far, I'm Bob Keller in the KRAK, back in business and now open for breakfast at 6:33. Do you know where your toothbrush is? I know where Ken Schuper is. He's in the newsroom. He's checking things out for us today. Ken, how's it happening, man?
Well, let's run it down for you, Bob. Sacramento City school officials are appealing a federal court ruling that orders them to place a developmentally disabled 9-year-old girl in a regular classroom. Well, finally, for those not concerned about dieting, an ice cream shop in Fredonia, New York is scooping up an ice cream flavor today that is sure to add some calories. Every April Fool's Day, owner Scott Aldrich whips up a special flavor, and this year it's bacon and eggs and vanilla ice cream. Says he has enough for about 500 servings. That's news and information from The Point. I'm Ken Schuper.
And that is good eating, Ken. Thank you. I'm Bob Keller. The Cafe Rock now open for breakfast, along with Chef Tomaine and Betty Varicose. We're here as observers today at the Tower Cafe. That's Land Park and Broadway. We're learning that breakfast trade, basically from some people who really have the trip together. And we will be here all morning up until 10 o'clock. And thank you for checking in already. Some of the old folks, some of the old regulars to the Cafe Rock have checked in today, and it's nice to see them again. I'm right across the street from a sign that says Bob Keller is alive and well. You may have seen some of these billboards around town, and I'll tell you, it's very reassuring for me personally to drive around and see those, because on some days I do have my doubts. But I'm feeling good today, and it's 6:35, and right now this is Bonnie Raitt and Have a Heart on The Point, 100.5. The Point 100.5, and the truth will set you free. Great stuff from Van Morrison. It's from his new one, Hymns to the Silence, the Devil CD set. And Van, by the way, going to be over in the Bay Area in Berkeley from the 16th through the 18th. I think most of those shows might be already sold out. So why am I talking about it? I don't know. So if you go, have a good time. I'm Bob Keller along with Chef Tomaine, Betty Varicose, salmonella and scraps all around here today at the Cafe Rock, as we are now officially open for breakfast every Monday through Friday from 6 to 10. Doing the show live today from the Tower Cafe on the corner of Broadway and Land Park Drive with a few stickers and goodies and things like that. But basically, if you want to come by and have an excellent cup of coffee and sit down on a live radio show, it's happening right here. And live with traffic, here's Rady. Good morning.
Hey, and while I'm doing this traffic report, you seem to have some clout with Betty Varicose. Could you get her to fill up my coffee, please?
Betty, a little bit more coffee over here for Rady. Thank you.
Thanks, Bob. There are a couple of accidents in the works right now. One is on the Enterprise on-ramp to eastbound I-80. The other is on Rio Linda Boulevard and M, and elsewhere it's still looking good. Rady McAleese on The Point.
And looking good here at The Point 100.5 with Taj Mahal going to get you off to school this morning. You're with Bob Keller in the Cafe Rock, now open for breakfast.
Food! Food!
The Point 100.5. Oh, that is good stuff. That is from the Bodines and the CD Black and White. One of my personal favorites came out last year. That's Paradise. And that's about what it is here in Sacramento today. The sun is out. We're going to be up into the low 80s, low to mid 80s. So it's kind of that summer mode. And the Cafe Rock open for breakfast now. With yours truly, along with Chef Tomaine, who is back in the kitchen learning that breakfast trade. A little bit of Betty Varicose kind of walking around here, doing what she can to help, which isn't a whole lot. But we're trying to get our feet wet here on the morning show every Monday from 6 to 10. We'll be looking for you. Right now, coming up to the top of the hour, you are listening to The Point 100.5 KQPT Sacramento. There's a Great Big Love, one of those good feel-good songs from Bruce Coburn from Nothing But a Burning Light here at The Point 100.5. Every kind of people from Robert Palmer ahead of that, and there's just about every kind of people in here today. At the Cafe Rock, our opening day, happy April 1st and April Fool's Day to you. I feel like a fool when you say happy April Fool's. I mean, what does that mean? What exactly are you supposed to do today? Well, have a good time and take a minute or two out, maybe on the way to work or school or wherever your life takes you today, to stop by the Tower Cafe. It's the Cafe Rock broadcasting live here on opening day, and we will be here until 10 o'clock this morning. Of course, there's a lot of good food and a lot of questionable service from some of the people that work at the Cafe Rock, but the folks here at the Tower Cafe seem to have their thing together, and everybody getting fed. And it's so nice. Their friends are dropping by to wish me kind of a good luck thing. I feel good. I feel real good about that. You know, that Bob Keller Alive and Well sign is right across the street. And so, you know, geez, it's very reassuring to know that I am. So anyway, one of my neighbors and local comedian Jack Gallager has dropped by and will be chatting with us here in just a couple of minutes. We'll also expect somebody from the Giants organization. We'll take a little peek into spring training and find out what the Giants are about this year. But right now, let's find out what's going on in the world from Ken Schuper in the Point Newsroom. Ken, good morning.
Thank you very much, Bob. Latest measurements for water content in the Sierra snowpack are not that encouraging. And Oakland A's slugger Jose Canseco has a reputation for having a hot temper, but he managed to keep his cool this week after a woman accidentally backed her car into Canseco's $240,000 Lamborghini. The woman says Jose was pretty calm about it, even signed a baseball for her son. The accident caused about $20,000 in damage to Canseco's car. That's Point News and Information. I'm Ken Schuper.
All wonder how many automobiles Jose has gone through now. It's like a destruction derby for this guy.
Yeah, even when he's just sitting there, he gets hit.
Yeah, he's born to lose on the car thing. We are here at the Cafe Rock. I'm Bob Keller, and, I was never a Boy Scout, but Chef Tomaine, our head cook, was one time, and I understand he got every merit badge there was to get except the cooking one. Yeah, he didn't get the cooking merit badge, and that was kind of a shame. It was a little something that was left out of his life. But with me right now is a little friend of mine who's on his way to school. I know he's got to get in and out of here, so we'll use this open mic situation to introduce yourself, young man, and tell us what you're all about today.
Hi, Bob. My name is Antoine Parrish from the Boy Scouts of America, Troop 414, and I want to give you a free candy bar.
Whoa.
It's a Hershey's candy bar.
It's a crackle, all right.
And you can get a free ticket to McAllen Air Force Base, and it's May 2nd, and it's at Freedom Park, McAllen Air Force Base, and you can win all kinds. You can go. I mean, not win, but the candy bars that I'm selling.
Yeah.
I can win a Super Nintendo game, a bike, and a trip to Mariware and a trip to Waterworld.
All right.
And you can go you can use this ticket to get in. And you can play all sorts of games and stuff.
Well, that sounds like a good plan. So basically, the Boy Scouts here, we're trying to sell some candy and get some funds together for not only the organization, but do yourself a favor because you get like a little break on like pizza and stuff like that, when you buy the candy. All right. Okay, what troop are you with, by the way?
Troop 414.
414, and where are you guys based at? Where's your home base?
At
here in the
St. Roberts.
St. Roberts. All right, Antoine with the Boy Scouts, and we appreciate you dropping by, my friend. You are a Boy Scout, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. How old do you have to be a Boy Scout?
11.
11. Salmonella still has a chance, really. I think. Although he was never good in uniforms. Forget it. Bad idea. We're looking at 7-11 here. Good morning. Wednesday, April Fool's Day. I'm Bob Keller. You're with a point 100.5, and it is money that matters. Here's Randy Newman. I should know, because this fool's in love. April Fool's Day on the point, 100.5 with Joe Jackson. And Bob Keller at the Cafe Rock, now open for breakfast. And Rady here with a little bit of traffic information for you to get you to work on time.
Hey, and just as Bob Keller is alive and well, so is the morning drive, especially on inbound 50, where traffic has the slowdown blues from Prairie City to Hazel. There's also an accident in the center strip by Folsom City Road. And a double big rig banger is still there on the Enterprise on-ramp to eastbound I-80. Rady McAleese on the point.
Double rig big...
banger.
A banger. Yeah.
Crunch, banger.
Crunch, fender thinger.
Yeah.
Okay, Rady, thank you. Jack, come on over here. Jack Gallager is with us today. Jack lives right here in the neighborhood near Tower Cafe. He's my neighbor. We take our garbage out together all the time. He's also one of Sacramento's favorite local comedians, but also a national force in his own right. And, and a spokesman for Crystal Dairy, which I think is now worth at least 100 pounds of free yogurt here at the Cafe Rock for that kind
I think so. We'll have that big vat of yogurt delivered.
I love a vat of yogurt.
Yeah, because after work, all the help can just dive right in.
Oh.
Nothing feels better. There's nothing better than that.
It's good to see you again.
It's nice seeing you. And let me be one of the first to congratulate you and say welcome back. And you've been sorely missed, at least by this land park resident. So I'm glad to have you back, man.
Thank you. Well, look at the sores on me, for God's sake.
Well,
okay.
Could they put bigger billboards around for you?
I don't know. The billboard thing, you'd think it was the second coming, wouldn't you? It's only radio, but it's nice to know that I'm alive and well, and I get reminded of that all the time when I drive around town.
I forget where I was. I was somewhere on the road, and I forget where I was. I was away somewhere, Chicago or something, and my wife said, I think Bob Keller's going to be back on the radio. And I said, why? She said, there are these huge signs all around town. One up by Tower Records says, Bob Keller is alive and well. It's maybe Bob's just putting the word out. Maybe people wanted to know.
People were accusing me of buying them myself, for self-promotion. I can't afford this kind of campaign.
Plus, I think if you bought them yourself, you'd put a picture on, I would hope.
I've got a great one from graduation, high school. I put my high school graduation picture out there.
Where you got on like a powder blue tux in that picture?
Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, a little mortarboard.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see you. This is a great neighborhood, isn't it? Right here,
wonderful.
We're at the Tower Cafe, the corner of Broadway and Land Park Drive, where I guess life takes on a whole new meaning. I mean, you've got all this culture right just a few feet from us.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's like a bacteria culture almost. But
it's your neighborhood, and I moved into it.
That's right, and it hasn't been the same.
No, I understand that. And if people don't stop throwing stuff at my house, there's going to be trouble, damn it.
Oh, Jack's house, by the way, I won't give out the address, but I'll tell you, it is one of the nicest houses in Land Park. It really, that remodeling job you did, you know.
Not me. The remodeling job they did, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
thanks.
That little blow-up pool in the front yard. That's nice.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a nice touch.
So what's life on the road, and what are you all about, Jack? You're one of our favorite guys in town here. It's good to see you. You don't get back to town all that much.
No, I try to work here 2 or 3 times a year, but basically I'm on the road a lot. I was down in L.A. last week. I'm in Chicago next week, and then I going back to Boston. So I'm traveling probably 15 weeks a year. Less since my son arrived, but still a lot. I'm in a movie that hopefully will get to Sacramento. Bob Goldthwait's movie Shakes the Clown.
You're in that?
Yeah, which opened. It opened across the country about 3 weeks ago. San Francisco last week, and in fact, he was up visiting last week, and actually was working last week, and he said that if it comes, it might come here to the Tower Theater. So.
You know, I read the review on that movie. I think they referred to it as the sort of the Citizen Kane of drunken clown movies.
Exactly, and that's exactly what it is. It's a clown brawl, and it's a fun movie. So I've been doing that, and it's that time of year in L.A. again to go back and forth to L.A. and try to get jobs that I won't get on TV. And
that's
stuff.
right. You have a plane to catch when? Very soon, huh?
I'm going down at like 8:30 this morning, 9 o'clock to visit with some people. But things are good, man. I've been having a great time, and I love it here, in Sacramento, and it's like a little secret place. All my friends in L.A. say, why do you live in Sacramento? And then when they come here, they say, gee, what a great place. In fact, Bob Goldthwait. I'm going to drop names all over the place.
Please do, yeah.
Was here and came up with my wife to the Tower Cafe last week and had lunch and said, what a great place. What a nice
Bob Goldthwait was here in the Tower Cafe?
Was here in the Tower Cafe having lunch.
Did he have the clown thing? No, he was just...
No, he tries to travel a little less conspicuously, so he just wears the red nose, none of the war paint. But it's a great little, I'm not selling you on anything.
Hey, I like it here. I've been here forever, it seems.
Yeah.
Wow. What's it like on the road these days, Jack? I'm thinking I don't get out nearly enough,
which is a good thing, believe me, because I'm so sick of having people say, "Please return the tray to its upright and locked position." Oh man! You know what I didn't know? I didn't know Boy Scouts or Cub. What was he? Was he a Boy Scout?
I thought he was a Boy Scout. He said Boy Scout, but he was a young kid. I thought it was younger.
He's going to be a big boy, isn't he?
I mean, if that's...
He's a Boy Scout. What's he? He's almost 6'5" now.
Yeah.
I didn't know they got to wear the cool clothes.
I don't know.
Like cool Boy Scout clothes.
I think the Kings ought to scout this kid. He looks like he might...
Without a doubt.
Speaking of the Kings, we may have a visit from Jerry Reynolds later. What do you think about that whole Kings nutty thing? It's sale, and then...
I hope they stay here. I'm glad that they sold them because they seem to be in a continuing state of disarray. But I played a little high school basketball, Bob, so I know of which I speak.
That's a nice jacket. But Jack's wearing I guess San Francisco Seals jacket.
1948. Yeah. From my wife, a little present from my wife. So things that everybody around the country is thinking about the election and electing a new president. And, that's the mood around the country, is that nobody seems to be very happy with anything.
With the candidates? Or with their own life? Or what?
So Bill Clinton smoked pot, but he didn't inhale.
What is that about?
Maybe that's why he only smoked it twice. Maybe Bill got a grip. I hated it. Does this guy seem like, I'm like a Democratic kind of guy, but Bill Clinton seems like the kind of guy that would collect money from everybody in your high school class to buy the teacher a present, get like $5 from everybody, show up with a 98-cent mechanical pencil wearing a brand new sweater. You know what I mean? It's like, well, this is all I could afford.
Oh, I know. It's too bad. Sometimes these candidates, they come on real strong at the beginning of the campaign, and then as they get popular, they kind of wimp out a little bit because they don't want to offend anybody.
Oh, I know, man. It's
so the guy's going from this kind of radical, fresh, new approach, and by election time, they're all talking the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. And Paul Tsongas, of course. I kind of liked Paul Tsongas, but he couldn't be elected. He has a speech impediment. Heaven forbid we elect. It's a good thing Abraham Lincoln wasn't alive when television, before television, was invented or afterwards. Because people would say, "Did you see the big geeky guy with the beard? What a loser, huh?"
I guess you and I are going to go vote at the same place. We walk down that little school, don't we?
Yeah.
We do our thing.
Well, I knew you were alive and well because I saw you walking down the street dribbling the basketball.
I do that.
Back and forth to the basketball courts.
I'm a hoopster.
So I knew you were doing all right. Yeah, well, I guess we vote at that school, that little school.
The little school.
The little...
I guess everybody in their neighborhood has their own little school to go to vote. But
Or you go to the little fire station or something. It's just Sacramento, man, and it's just the quintessential little town, isn't it?
I don't want you to miss your airplane, my friend, but I do thank you so much for,
My pleasure.
walking all the way down here. I mean, it's got to be 3 or 4 blocks.
Yeah, well, I had to hoof it, but I love gigs I can walk to.
Okay.
It makes it seem real. Thanks a lot, and congratulations. Good luck. It's going to be great. Sounds great this morning.
Thank you. Coming from Jack Gallager, that means something.
A guy with a radio.
A guy with a radio.
Yeah.
You're going to laugh till you stop, I guess. It's 7:29. You're with the Point 100.5. I'm Bob Keller at the Cafe Rock, and this is Concrete Blonde, one called Someday.
Say it's been too hard. Say it's been too long.